Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus, and today we are going to be watching 3 matches between myself and Mahnstedt, also known as definitely Not Veigar. So yesterday I wanted to play a bit more Butcher Circus, even after I had done the video, so I just hit up definitely Not Veigar and I was like, yo, let's play some matches, and he was like, okay, let's play, I'll bring out some teams that I'm not really too familiar with, that I want to practice and just see if I can bring them to my repertoire. And I did basically the same thing. I'm gonna start off the first match playing with the Sergi Dot. So every single one of these matches I'm gonna be using the Jester, who I think is kind of underrated, because usually when you think of broken characters, you always hear people going for the Crusader, the Flagellant, the Arbalest, the Abomination, sometimes even the Men-at-Arms people complain about, but I mean, you're gonna complain about Showdown as well, being a bit broken, but not just in general. She just has like some broken abilities, but yeah, you never really hear people complain about the Jester. He's usually just strong, but not something that you complain about. But he's very, very good. He's very, very underrated. He's definitely up there with the rest of those characters. And why is that? Because, well, I had started off this match with the Battle Ballad, which every single one of these characters kind of wants. So the Flagellant wants the accuracy, Shieldbreaker wants the accuracy, especially if she's going to be using the Captivate. The Arbalest kind of doesn't want the accuracy that much, but I do have Snuff on her, so she has the accuracy too. Arbalest is gonna be having the accuracy as well, so she can need it if you're playing against an enemy Jester, for example. It's still gonna be very useful. So yeah, you have the Battle Ballad, gives you 20 accuracy for the entire duration of the match, which is just awesome. It's not as good as Command because you can't stack it a couple times, I suppose, but it's just accuracy for free for the rest of the match, and it also gives you the finale buff, so that's huge to have. And he's also the finisher character. We might see that coming to effect here. So in terms of how this match is going, I'm just dropping Captivates on this Crusader because Captivate is hella underrated as well. This could also be a Captivate video because no, I think I only use it once actually. I don't think I have it in the other teams, unfortunately, but Captivate is genuinely so underrated. It needs... Oh, ouch, that's a big-ass chop. That is a big-ass chop, but yeah. Captivate absolutely needs Battle Ballad or a command buff to work, but you're not gonna run it with a Shieldbreaker, right? You're not gonna run Men-at-Arms Shieldbreaker unless you're doing like a very weird DOT team. I guess you could, but yeah. In terms of how the situation is going, I'm getting that Crusader down to 0, and this is not a good matchup. I'm playing as the Shell-proof comp by definitely Not Veigar, and my Flagellant has already taken 2 hits, 2 very big hits, and he's not having a fun time here. My Jester is gonna get hit, another crit. They have 3 crits on their side, and the Crusader, well, he's dropping to the store, but he's alive, you know. I decided to just go for the solo here to just have some pressure, like going immediately, put myself in position 1 and just make it so I'm not going to be stunned because I have 55 dodge into at this store, and finale is coming. They go for this Zealous accusation, and how unfortunate is that? They hit my Jester on like a 30% chance to hit the Zealous, get the 20% kill on my Flagellant after getting the crit chop, after getting the crit finish him, after getting the stun as well, which wasn't guaranteed, right? But then I just go for the 60, and it's now a 3v3, except it's a Leper 3v3, and I've just lost my Flagellant. And their Leper's in position 1, full HP, revenge buffed, just ready to do some damage. But the Jester is doing well. He dished out the Battle Ballads, he got the kill here on that Crusader. So far he's been doing pretty well, and he still has that finale pressure going. In terms of the rest of the team, because I haven't explained Sergi Dot too well, I'm going to make a 1-hour video on it, by the way. I am definitely going to make a 1-hour video on it. But in terms of how the Sergi team works, you have to fly. It's a duty team, obviously, as the name says, but you have a lot of damage options too, so it's kind of like a mix between damage and dot. You have the Arbalest with that sniper shot. You can kind of see it as kind of like a Winter Bliss, which would have the Antiquarian rather than the Arbalest, but you have the Arbalest to give support to your team, so you're going to be able to clear flares, you're going to be able to clear bleeds, you're going to be able to clear stuns with the flare, you're going to be able to clear bleeds, have that active healing, have a backline that doesn't get pulled or anywhere near as often as other ones do, And yeah, in terms of how the rest of the team works, they mostly want to... I'm very annoyed. You can see by the mouse that I'm very annoyed. Yeah, thankfully I get that dodge though, because I failed to captivate White and Daze on the Bounty Hunter, and the White is a 90% chance of going through, so not ideal for me. Then I roll for 7. I could have the finale on him right now, but he has a bit too much HP. For me to comfortably go for it. He keeps going for come hitters, but I do have the snuff to try and save myself. So yeah, you have a Shieldbreaker which has a ton of dodge, you have a Jester which can have Harvest or Solo. I prefer Solo, because if he gets marked, then you can just solo yourself to position 1 and you're kind of unkillable. So the hardest matchup was just going to be against the damage team. You still have that defense plus offense still on the Jester, and then you're going to have a Flagellant who sacrifices to redeem, so you can have Punish, Rain, and Exang and Reclaim, because you're going to need to reclaim against those damage teams, and you're going to do very well against pretty much anything that's stress related or DOT related, because you're going to kill a character before they do, and then you can sustain between the Arbalest and the Flagellant. It's actually really nasty how this team works out sometimes. So yeah, this time the Captivate goes through. Actually, I think I had already failed the Captivate Blight, because I remember failing 2 in a row. So yeah, I think I had already failed the Captivate Blight and Daze on the Bounty Hunter before I even commented on it. But yeah, this time I get it. They're gonna go for a heal. Not a crit heal this time, 17 HP, and I can finale that. There's a very small chance that I would roll for 16 or 17 and not get the kill, but I just decide to go for it, make sure the Bounty Hunter doesn't get his turn, and it's now a 3v2. But my Arbalest is in position 2, my Jester is dazed, and I don't have Adder's Kiss, so it's not as good as it could be. It's definitely not as good as it could be, but you know, we got the Expose, we got the pulls, we got the Captivate and everything. I decided to actually go for a pull here on that Arbalest, because if he goes for the sniper shot here, there's a very decent chance he brings me down to 0. And he didn't, I got lucky, but if he did bring me down to 0 there, I wouldn't have been able to heal, and he could just get the death on me start of next round, because the Jester was dazed. Daze is really freaking suck, by the way. So this is one of the situations where not having a Daze would completely negate my... No, I wouldn't call it an advantage, because Mahnstedt has it too, but it would negate any sort of healing that I have left, so it would not be ideal. He goes for a big Hue, rolls for 13 on the Jester, which is honestly probably a min-roll, considering he has Snuff and Gladiator Mask and the Revenge, so that's like plus 55% damage on there. Hue had to be a min-roll, but he does hit my Shieldbreaker pretty hard. Here I'm thinking that Bola is probably going to do 7 damage and is probably going to hit, because Mahnstedt's Arbalest does have that stabilizing tiller. And because my Jester is dazed, once again, I have to pick between my Arbalest turn and my Shieldbreaker turn. I didn't want to go Sway just immediately, because then he could Bola into my Jester, push him to position 3, and then my Arbalest once again wouldn't be able to heal, and I'd be in a really bad spot. But this way, I can just go for the Sway on the Shieldbreaker, give her some dodge, and then possibly just sacrifice the Jester. So this is when the Jester kind of falls off, when he doesn't have a DOT move and he's already used Finale. He's definitely not doing that great here. He's still your finisher character, but he's probably gonna die. Yeah, he's probably gonna die, but the Jester is great. This isn't the match where he shines exactly. He did good here, but this isn't quite the match where he shines. But even in this match, he still did exactly what he was supposed to do, right? He dropped the battle belt, gave everyone else a guaranteed hit chance against my opponent's characters, even though the belt wasn't that important in this matchup. He got the kill against the Crusader on the 60%, which bypasses guards, by the way, with that Jester. I was gonna say bypasses blocks, because I've been playing Erratus Lord at the head, and there's blocks in that game. I guess you could kind of call them like the guard tokens that you have, or like the damage reduced tokens that you have in DD2, which I hate, by the way. I absolutely hate the token system that DD2 has, but oh well, whatever. This is not going to be a DD2 video, this is a Butcher's Circus video. So yeah, my Jester is finally gone, no more Dirk Stabs for him. That Arbalest is dropping to 0, so I don't really have to shoot her here. I just have to wait, and I have a few options in this situation. This isn't looking good for me, because I have to kill that Leopard and he has 2 heals, so it's rough. It's definitely rough. My Shieldbreaker has already lost one of her blocks. She still has one more Slay, but she's lost one of her blocks, and I'm at low HP with my Arbalest as well. I heal it a little bit, which is great here. One sniper shot could still bring me down if it's a good roll, but I'm kind of praying that I can just keep focusing that Arbalest and eventually get the kill once that corpse goes away. So at one point, with enough captivates, I'm gonna make it that I don't have to hit her anymore, because after she heals, she drops back to the star again, and yeah, this time she won't even be able to to heal back out of this door. So my opponent goes for the chop on the corpse here. It rolls for 28, which is not enough to put my Arbalest in position to. I think it was a bit unnecessary to go for the chop on the corpse here. You just take advantage of the situation, just go for the heal as I can, because if I don't go for the heal, then my Arbalest is going to be in position 2 where she won't be able to go for the heal, and I wouldn't be able to get my Shieldbreaker out of the store, because it's very important to me here to keep my Shieldbreaker out of the store, because I don't have any way to DOT that leper, and I don't have Pierce either to do tons of damage to him. All I'm going to have for him is the Expose, which does stress but doesn't do that much. So I need to keep her out of this door so that I can eventually keep going for damaging rolls. So here I think of going for the sway. I kind of want to go for the sway just so I stay out of this door, expecting a Q to come through. But I'm praying that the prot that I have is enough to save me, so I can use my Arbalest while I'm still out of this door to do more damage to the sniper, so I can bring him to this door quicker, because I use the snuff damage and the damage that I'm not losing from being at this door to kind of just help myself here. But unfortunately for me, the gamble does not pay off that well. Even though I get the kill, now there's a Hugh, and I have 2 characters at this door. Shieldbreaker uses her final sway. She only has one of the dodge buffs on her at this point. And my opponent has Last Hero Standing, Revenge, and he has the Solemnity heals ready. And he has 2 of them as well. My Arbalest survives the first killing blow. And here I think, okay, I have Snuff, I do more damage, but I might have Snuff and do more damage if I go first. But here's the thing. At this point I realize, wait a second, I'm doing 3 damage per expose. If I have to win this through expose damage, I'm gonna lose because he heals for 22 twice. So I'm gonna have to do way too many turns to get the kill here. So if I wanna win this, it's gonna have to be through stress. So I go for the expose first, so my Bola has a higher chance of critting. Now I actually go for the Bola first because he had 6 HP, he was kind of greedy to go for the kill there. I understand the reasoning behind it, because the sooner he kills my Arbalest, the sooner his heals have even more value, because then I only have 1 attacking turn, but he lets himself take a death store check there. So yeah, now he's at death store, he goes Paranoid, which isn't terrible for the leper, because Paranoid doesn't really have a chance of passing. Has a chance of doing random actions here, but oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, just about anything that you do at this point as a random action is gonna be fine. But yeah, Crit heals himself for 44. That's lovely. That's just absolutely lovely. That's a lot of HP I'm gonna have to deal with. Thankfully the revenge buff is helping me, because I'm doing a little more damage than I would be otherwise. And look at this, it's crit after crit after crit after crit. And this is when expose feels really good, right? You're just spamming it on the same person, and it works almost as well as an Adder's Kiss here would work. And yeah, my Arbalest is finally gone, so no more Bolas. Now it's a 1v1. Both of them have the Last Hero Standing. My crit chance is, I believe, a 56.5% each and every single time I go for it, so it's pretty good. And I apply more debuffs on a guaranteed chance immediately after it. So yeah, now I did say the Paranoid couldn't do anything that would be bad, but that's one of them. He goes for the chop there. He does get a crit on it, which actually clears 6 stress, because of the crit clearing 3 and killing the corpse clearing another 3, so that might make a difference. That might make a difference on the sniper. Now Mahnstedt correctly presumes that I will do 6 damage with my expose and instantly kill him. So yeah, he tries to safeguard against that. Look at all this stress. The leper was at like 30 stress like 5 rounds ago. Now he's almost at heart attack. He could have been heart attacked already if he hadn't healed. Yeah, he's finally going on the offense, and oh my goodness, I go for another expose. I'm 1 expose away from winning already. He's run out of heals. Expose is just amazing. I honestly did not expect expose to be this good until I actually played the match. But yeah, he has a chance to get the kill. He rolls for it, 15% chance, no dice, does not count. I go for the expose. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Round 19 win against Mahnstedt, and straight into a match number 2 before I can even catch my breath. I don't even have water with me. Alright. Here's the thing, I can't pause the video. I can't pause the video, because if I press my pause the video button, it like zooms in stupidly because of the app that I'm using. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate when I have to do post-match commentary, but whatever. So my opponent here, Gar, he's playing the Septic Tank. This is a team he's not too familiar with, but he's playing it about right. He's going for guard, and I go for the Battle Belt. So now I'm playing the Halo comp, which is a damage mark team that has a Jester. So it has that accuracy buff, it has that DOT option. So it's going to be a lot more generalist than WD. But it also doesn't have a lot of that brute force that WD does. So I'm missing a stunner, I'm missing a guard breaker. So it's not ideal on that point, but it also means that I might be able to hit those dodgy characters when we get later down the match. So yeah, now I just go for the stun here on the Man-at-Arms, not really trying to accomplish anything, just making it so he just lost 2 of his turns, I only had to use 1 of mine. Now, because my opponent went first and the Antiquarian is in position 4, you're just going to press the regen button, and that's going to be very, very annoying for me to deal with. I can drop a Harvest, counter it, I can, but I have to hit it, and I have to get the DOT. So it's not too easy for that to happen. And here I decide to actually focus the doggy down. Not just because I want to hit the doggy, but because I want to put that Flagellant in a position where he's not feeling too safe anymore. Because a Flagellant in position 2, with no Arbalest supporting him, with a Man-at-Arms stunned, and versus a Crusader and an Arbalest is not a good place for you to be in. Now, he goes for a Reign of Sorrows here. No accuracy buffs, hits my Jester at 55 dodge, my Arbalest at 20 dodge, and gets both the DOTs on both of them. So unfortunate, but then I go for the crit sniper shot and I get a very juicy crit. Nice! So yeah, the Houndmaster goes down to 0. Of course, the regen was dropped because I didn't drop a come hither because I couldn't on that Antiquarian. So yeah, he gets himself out of the store freely, and now he's at 62 dodge. He has an option here. He can either go guard to get 82 dodge, or he can go for a blackjack. And you might be wondering, Shep, why did you pull the Houndmaster to 1 instead of marking him directly? Wouldn't it be better for you to have him not drop the blackjack here? Haha, I tricked him. I tricked Mahnstedt into thinking the correct play would be to go for the blackjack, because I could just flare it, no problem, and then I wouldn't have to deal with the extra 20 dodge. It would have been fine for me. I don't need my Arbalest turn anyway. I go for the Dirk Stab here, and now I have a guaranteed death blow on that Houndmaster as long as I hit. As long as I hit. That's what I need. I need to get the hit here with my Bounty Hunter. But I have an extra 48 accuracy on his finisher. I have the Battle Ballad, I have the finisher, I have the grappling mitts. However, Mahnstedt goes for like a huge gamble here. Going for Protect Me on the character that's at the store, to like give him dodge to try and survive, is basically saying, oh, also that's a very unfortunate miss stun. But yeah, it's basically saying, if you get the kill here, I will surrender, because I've just lost a character and I've lost a turn on another one of my characters. So it's like, it's a do or die gamble here. If the Houndmaster dies, I'll surrender. If the Houndmaster doesn't die, I won't surrender. 66 to hit, I miss. Shep, you could have gone Caltrips! Shep, you could have gone Caltrips! It would have dealt 0 damage versus 35 prot. Decent chance it would have dealt 0. Decent chance it wouldn't have gotten the kill anyway. So 66% to get the kill. Unfortunately, I do not get it. So now I'm in a really difficult situation here, because that 66% would have been a dead Houndmaster and me with Finale ready. Now for me to get the kill, it gets a lot harder because he's no longer marked. I can still shoot him with the Arbalest, which is something that I completely missed during the match. I could still shoot him with the Arbalest. I'm actually really stupid for not realizing that. I tried to go for the stunning blow here, and now I can't stun the Man-at-Arms after he goes for the guard. So yeah, this is actually really good looking back at my replay. I forgot that I could shoot him with the Arb, and that I would have a really decent chance to hit. Honestly, it would be like a 60. Yeah, that's good for a hit. That's good for a damage team, right? WD would have had like a 40, a little less than 40. So yeah, this would be good for a damage team. Instead, I quite stupidly go for the heal on the Bounty Hunter, which kind of just means that if I want to get the kill on the Houndmaster, it has to be now. It has to be with a Finale. And here I think to myself, do I win if I drop a Finale on this Houndmaster? Can I still kill that Flagellant, the Man-at-Arms, and the Antiquarian manually, all of them, while I'm eating DOT? Can I still do it? And I think to myself, you know what? I'd rather not risk that. I'd rather go for my killing shots normally, which are very good. I should have gotten the kill already on the 66. I didn't. it's not the Jester's fault, it's the RNG's fault, because so far he's been doing what he's supposed to do. He went for the Dirk Stab, he got the hit, he went for the Battle Ballad, he's given me the accuracy to pull this off. It's just my mistake for not going for the shot, to give myself 2 killing blows. If I had 2 death blow chances, if I had done that, a lot more likely than I would have gotten the kill. So here I go for the Dirk Stab, 56 to hit, 60 to get the kill. I don't get it. He's gonna regen again. And this is when it really freaking sucks to be playing against Septic Tank. Like, if I was playing the previous team, I would have won this easily. These guards wouldn't matter. My Flagellant would be going Rain of Sorrows like their Flagellant, but I'd be healing his bleeds away like my Arbalest is, but better. And my Flagellant would be causing more pressure than their Flagellant is, and the Jester would also be able to finale someone after dropping the Battle Ballad, and I'd only have to drop it once, while Mahnstedt would have to continuously drop his command buff, so it would do amazing here. Unfortunately for me, I decided to go for the stunning blow with the Crusader, which was really not ideal. Like, okay, I'll be honest, there's 2 things that are happening here. Thing number 1, I haven't played a lot for a long time, and this is my first time playing Halo comp since I come back. Thing number 2, I don't like the Halo comp. I don't know why I played it. I just want to play it. Oh, maybe I've been sleeping on the Halo comp. It's not that bad as a team, right? It's not outdated, because this is something that I've kind of had in my mind for a while, is that the Halo comp is a dated team. It's not as good of a team anymore. There's teams that just outclass it, like the Jester WD and the WD. Those are the teams that are gonna outclass it. But you know, Salak played it in the tournament. He did very well with it, got it all the way to the grand finals and took the W, so you know, might as well give it a try. But I kind of have this little thing at the back of my mind just saying, you know, if I were playing WD, this is the hard counter against WD, but I still kind of would prefer to be playing WD here, because I would have been able to kill them men-at-arms a lot easier. I would have focused the men-at-arms down first, and I would have focused the Flagellant with either a push, either of my 2 stuns. I would have still preferred to play it, and I played WD in the previous video. Some people really hated it, because, you know, the WD affliction never ends, and yeah, now you can just guard the Flagellant with the Houndmaster, and I'm like, I'm losing my marbles here. Finally, I remember that I can shoot him with the Arbalest, I think. Well, I tried to go for the stun first, but yeah, finally I'm gonna remember that I can shoot him. It's a 38% chance to go for the stun. Shab, it's not gonna work. And at this point, like, this is when you get really frustrated playing these damage teams against teams like Septic Tank, because you could have gotten the kill already, and it's so sad. You could have gotten the kill normal, you could have gotten the kill to finale. You didn't go for either of them, and now you're in this position where you can no longer win. Let's be honest, this is unwinnable. I don't have a guard break, because I don't have an Abomination. Once again, I don't have a guard break. I just cannot win, because the RNG has both willed it, and because I made a mistake, not realizing that my Arbalest could still shoot that doggy. So yeah, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. That's just how it be. No matter how well you play, sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose. I didn't play perfectly this time, but oh well, it be like that, right? It be like that. So yeah, my opponent's gonna go for the Rejuvenating Vapors, refreshing the 4 turns of regen. Here I just think, okay, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna go for the shot. If it doesn't go through, it's, I'm gonna surrender. My idea was, if I go for the shot and get a nice roll on it, I can just finale and then maybe do something with the Flagellant in 3. Didn't happen, and then I just decided, you know what, none of this Crusader, Arbalest, Bounty Hunter BS, none of this meta stuff. I want to play something where the Jester pops off. I want to play Shep's Renegades. That's right, Shep's Renegades making a comeback. Leper, Abomination, Jester, Antiquarian, ready to take the W, or at least go down trying. Right. So this is a team that I made kind of a bit before I took the break, and yeah, here you can see me complaining. There was like a purple square over my name. I realized that it couldn't be seen in the recording, so I don't know. I don't know what it was doing there, but yeah, there was a purple square over there kind of distracting me for the duration of the match, but it didn't matter too much. You just go for the Battle Ballad first, as you do. All these characters love the Battle Ballad. Then Abomination is going to have very reliable stuns. The Leper is going to have good accuracy. Of course, he needs it. Antiquarian is going to be able to hit those Festering Vapors a lot easier, and yeah, it's overall very good synergy with the Mallet and the rest of these characters. So the way this team works, and yeah, that's a Gladiator's Helm on the Abomination. I didn't crown this idea. This is actually an idea that I got from Kashi, because I saw him playing Chef's Renegades, my team, in the tournament, and he did really well with it. I think one of the matches he kind of like misplayed, and that was really sad, but he did really well in general, and he was using the Gladiator's Helm on his Abomination, because the Abom is kind of like the soft underbelly of this team. The Antiquarian can protect herself using the Protect Me, the Take Cover, the Jester can go for it solo, to position 1, the Leper, you know, he's the Leper, he's pretty tanky generally, but the Abomination is there in position 2, and he doesn't have any defensive trinkets. But if you put the Gladiator Helm on him, it might not help against like an Arbalest, but it's gonna help against everything else. So yeah, now he's doing relatively better here. And I'm playing against Mahnstedt's backline destruction team, so you might have saw this team when I was playing like the stall Antiquarian, when I had the Rancid Cure on the Tears of the Lost. I was just spamming Rejuvenating Vapors. It's the exact same idea. And now he's gonna go for Retribution on me. So yeah, the Revenge is up and running. All the characters are in position. Go for the chop, wham, bam, and that is Retribution for it. That is Revenge, that is Vengeance, Holy Vengeance onto that Flagellant for Mahnstedt getting the crit chop on me earlier on my Flagellant, but this time he actually gets to act with his, because I didn't get the stun. I didn't go for the stun. Which maybe I could have, but there was just been a flare, and then I would have lost my riposte. You know, tough to say, but with the Leper, you can kind of just chop, then the Flagellant does whatever. You could even miss the exact there, but yeah, then the Flagellant does whatever. The next turn of these days, you go for the chop again. You can kind of just do that, and yeah, that's what I wanted to go for. Here I can go for a slam on the Menor. I was honestly not even that scared. Like, I have Gladiator Helm, I have 42 HP, 10 prot. I'm like a Crusader, I'm like a Diet Crusader on the defense with this Abomination. So I'm just gonna slam you to the back. No more riposte for you. I'm gonna put your Occultist and your Arbalest in positions that they don't really want to be in, and I'm just gonna have a good time. So here with the Jester, I have the possibility of going for a Dirk Stab. I also have the possibility of going for a solo. Now, do I want to go for a solo? Here I'm thinking very much ahead, because if I go for the Dirk Stab on the Flagellant, chances are it's useless damage, because I'm going to go chop on him anyway. If I go for the Dirk Stab on the Arbalest, chances are it's useless damage, because the Flagellant dying will heal the Arbalest, or rather, the Arbalest will heal herself from the Flagellant dying. But you know what, I decided to go for it anyway. She has a bit of DOT on her. She's already been taking a bit of damage, so I could get the kill on her second, if and when I do go for the killing blow on that Flagellant. So Mahnstedt here pulls my Jester. It's looking rough for me, honestly, because my Antiquarian is very close to death's door. She can't go Fetching Vapors because that riposte in the back from Mahnstedt, and my Abomination and my Leper are like one pull away from not being able to play. But yeah, this is when it gets a bit dicey for the Chef's Renegades, but you do have that solo. You do have that solo, so you're only supposed to be in position 1 if you've already dropped the solo, which gives you the dodge to like resist the stun and whatever. If you don't have that, then you don't really want to be in this position. Here I think, do I want to go chop or do I want to go hew? I end up deciding on the hew, because in my mind, if I had gone for the chop here, they could have dropped a really big heal, or even a Stygian Embrace with that Occultist, and I would have freaking hated it. I would have cried myself to sleep if they had gone for a, what do you call it, for a Stygian Embrace on that Flagellant immediately after I had gone for the chop. So I kind of just decided, you know what, I'm gonna have 2 pressure targets with my Finale, and here, instead of going for the move back first with the Antiquarian, I take advantage of Mahnstedt's, also, ouch, that is a big freaking heal, there goes my Q value. But yeah, I take advantage of Mahnstedt not having Bola. He doesn't have Bola, he brought Suppressing Fire and Sniper Shot on his Arbalest, kind of just have that damage possibility against some of the targets. He didn't use it, he could have used it against my Antiquarian earlier, to just bring her down to 0 faster, but yeah, he didn't use it, and now he suffers the price, because I can do that safely, and there's going to be no 25 in return before I can drop the Take Cover, so that feels very good for me. Here I can just drop the Beast Smile with very good accuracy, 115, even though I don't have the Wrench's Cloak. And yeah, I missed the Occultist anyway, whatever. But I have 2 dazed characters, my Antiquarian can move back, or she can go for the guard onto that Leper. In hindsight, I could have gone for the guard onto the, what do you call it, could have gone for the guard onto the Abomination instead, because he might need that protection and that dodge, while the Leper probably not gonna need it. I could have gone on the Jester as well, just praying that he still has some dodge left after the finale, because he did drop he did have good accuracy there, right? He did have good accuracy, or rather good dodge, just with the monkey spawn, his base dodge, so I'm kind of countering the finale debuff a bit. He's going up to 25 dodge again. The reason I couldn't have gone for a take cover is because the pressing fire would have killed me immediately. And in this team, in the Shep's Renegades, you have two finisher characters. You have the Antiquarian, which also gives you the DOT and the regen options, so she's great to have here. And you have the Jester with his finisher, Dirk Stab, and with his finale, so you want to keep one of them alive. If you've already dropped finale with your Jester and you're playing against a stress team, chances are he's not going to live that much longer, so you really want to keep your Antiquarian alive to go for those death blows, or to at least have the death blows be a possibility to force your opponent to heal quite desperately, because if they don't, it's a 50-50 that they just die. So yeah, now with the battle bout and even the finisher giving me some accuracy, I can go for those festering vapors. And if I'm playing something like a Goliath comp here, which if you don't know is Arbalest, Jester, Crusader, Leper, now I'd be having a really rough time after the first kill with the Jester, because what could essentially happen is I'm not going to be able to deal with the prot, I'm not going to be able to deal with the battle debuffs, I'm just not going to be having a fun time here. But now, even though I'm taking a lot of stress and the match should be getting worse for me, it's getting better for me, because that DOT is sticking that Arbalest down, that DOT is sticking that Men-at-Arms down, and I still have a stun to hit both that Occultist and that Arbalest, so I can kind of just make them have a really bad time here. Now the Arbalest can heal that Occultist, there can also be a guard, but whatever they do, I have another stun coming, and it just feels so great to have in this team, because the thing about Shep's Renegade is that it's very squishy, but if you let it do its thing, oh my god, it has so many avenues of offense. It has the DOT, it has the guard break, it has the stress, it has the stuns, it has the finale, it has just pure unmitigated damage, just pure raw damage with that leper. It just has so many tools of offense. And it looks such a janky team, but it genuinely works out a lot of the time. A lot of the time, not all the time. You know, the team definitely has its weaknesses. The Gladiators help mitigates a few of them. But yeah, the team definitely has its weaknesses. But as you can see, the Jester in this situation, he dropped the battle belt. I don't think I missed a single hit, except for like one beast smile on the Occultist. I don't think I missed a single hit. So yeah. Jester did that. Jester went for the finale on the Flagellant, prevented him from using any more Exsanguinates, any more of his heals. So just having that Jester there, causing so much pressure, was amazing. And now, even though he's kind of just existing, as you can very clearly see from me moving him back, because in this situation the last thing I want is to have a corpse in the front. If you have a character that's gonna die, you want it to die in a good position for the rest of your team. Because, for example, let's say you're playing like WD. You don't want your Arbalest to die in position 1, because if your Arbalest dies in position 1, then the Crusader and the Abomination are going to be fighting for position 2, and the Bounty Hunter is going to be stuck in 4. And if he moves forward, then the Abomination is going to be in 4, which he also doesn't want, and the Crusader is going to be in 3 or 4, which he also doesn't want. So you really want your corpses to die in a position, or rather, you really want your characters to die in a position where their corpses don't hinder your team. So yeah, here, I could have Purge, right? I could have Purge to clear the corpses, but like, why do you run Purge if you can just hit them and just kill it immediately with a chop? You know, chop feels awesome here, and my opponent does not have any more things to use with their, Arbalest. All they can do is flare. So all they can do is like pray that I have an act out to do extra stress after they use flare, because it does trigger the act out. So yeah, that's all they can do, or clear a stun on their Men-at-Arms. That's another thing they can do. And I will be going for a stun here, so they might get Flare Valley, but yeah, it's not a good spot for Mahnstedt to be in, especially not having the Bola. I mean, Bola here wouldn't have helped, apart from that like 25% chance of getting the death blow. But yeah, especially because now it would be hitting into a riposte and it wouldn't be doing that much damage anyway. I just heal myself with the leper because I don't want to get hit by crit retribution or something on the likes, you know. And the abomination is gonna cause a heart attack there, which makes me go, ooh, I kind of have to save the antiquarian. Here. I'm gonna go for the stun, so yeah, the stun does go through. He can go for the flare. There you go, Arbalest. See, you're not useless. Come on, Arbalest, you're not useless. You can go for the flare. Yeah, flares the stun away with yeah, you can see me laughing. You can literally see me laughing the way I move the mouse like this. That's me laughing. That's how you know. that's actually so funny. But yeah, now I'm just gonna drop a guard here onto that man-at-arms, so I can't be, or rather onto the leper, so I can't be hit. And now it's just a matter of Hue Rake. Yeah, the Hue Rake pressure can also be absolutely awesome. Like, this seems just so much fun. Jester teams usually tend to be very fun because Jester kind of is just a character that emphasizes offense rather than defense. So you're gonna have the Battle Bell to go offensive. You're gonna have the Dirkstaff to move forward, get the kills. You're gonna have the Solo to move hella forward. You're gonna have the Finale to like counter the defensive teams, because usually defensive teams have to rely on you bringing their character to their store and then they regen or they heal it out of their store. But like, if they heal it out of their store, you just finale again. If they don't preemptively heal, which is very good for you because preemptively healing is bad, then you just finale them from like 10, 15, 20 HP. Depends on the RNG for you as well. So yeah, GG's to definitely Not Veigar. Hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you like post-match commentary or not. I'm not gonna make a habit out of it. I wanna have most commentary be live, but yeah, I just wanted to see if this one would do well or not. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.